Hello, I'm Azai. Welcome back to Aokana. I came back from the gym maybe like an hour ago, and I actually just ate some food. I don't know if you guys are into... what's the word I'm looking for? There's a word for this, what is that word? Ovals? Is that the word I'm looking for? But basically, unpopular cuts of part of the animal, like liver, heart, and then what else? Intestines. So I actually eat like chicken liver, and beef intestines and all that stuff, maybe like once a week. They're not like the best cuts or anything, but if you do prepare them well, they taste pretty good. But I know people in the US don't really eat those stuff, right? Because they are seen as not really... Yeah, they're not really appealing cuts, right? They usually just take the meat area. But yeah, I'm Asian, so we Asians really like to make use of every single thing from an animal. So yeah. It's also very high in micronutrients if you guys are into nutrition, like I am. So I always try to eat at least once a week of all those things. But not too much though, because they are very high in cholesterol too. There we go. But okay, let's talk about the last episode recap, shall we? On the last episode... Sadly, the FC tournament has to be delayed because of romance and H-scene shenanigans. I can't really blame the game too much though. I was expecting it, and I thought that they weren't gonna do it. So I had like, you know, my expectations crushed, and that's why I was a lot more sad than I would have thought. The game is still very good, of course. Like, the story is still very nice. I'm not gonna judge it based solely on the fact that the romance is ruining the pacing a tiny bit. That's like a minor part of the story. Well, I say minor part, but it was a whole 4-hour scene, right? If we include like the previous H scene too. But I guess it's fine. At the end of the day, this story is well, what's the word I'm trying to say, or how am I trying to say this? I think this probably would have been better, like how I portrayed it to be. Like, you know, if romance wasn't there. But it also probably wouldn't be selling as well as it does if it doesn't have waifus and whatnot, right? It's kind of like the double-edged sword of the visual novel industry. Like, people that play these games probably want to have waifus and whatnot, because that's the appealing thing for them. I used to actually play these sort of games based on how good the visuals are too. But nowadays, I don't really do that unless, you know, it's for research purposes. When it comes to like story, I really do not care whether or not the art is good, whether or not the writing is... or not the writing, sorry, whether or not the translation is good or bad. As long as it can tell a really good story, I really would not mind. I am actually one of those people that played Umineko back when there was no PS3 graphics patch, back when there was no voice acting patch. I played it straight up. So when it was still like the really scribbled looking like visuals back in the day, I was still playing it because to me the story was interesting. I like mystery, I like what was going on in that story, so I kept playing it. Of course, like after I found out about the PS3 patch, I applied it after I think episode 3 or something like that. But yeah, I played the first 3 episodes fully, like, you know, no edit, no mods, no nothing. So I am not in any way into waifus at all anymore. Maybe when I was younger, but yeah, not anymore. Also, I said that speedrunners on the last episode were like very like very respectable about, or very respectful about people that play the game and whatnot, or every game that people play. That doesn't apply to cheaters. So I've been watching this guy called Carl Jobs quite a lot lately since you know what I said previously before about the completionist thing. But yeah, it made me think a lot about how cheaters are... It's only like a small minority, of course, right? Only a small minority of people cheat. Well, actually, I think a lot of people do cheat, but as long as it's a single-player game and they're not trying to claim a world record or anything, it's like just a personal thing that they want to do. Like if you play GTA 5, GTA San Andreas, with like some cheat code and whatnot, it's okay. No one's gonna get hurt from it. But if you cheat in a game, especially a multiplayer game, and then you get prestige because you're like the rank number 1, and yeah, it has some downsides, it has some consequences. Alright, so it got me thinking about how, yeah, not really fair to say that Inui, or I guess Inui is a speedrunner, okay? But like, people that cheat, they're not like Inui. Inui is like way better than those cheaters, I mean, right? She's not like disrespecting anyone or anything like that. But yeah, I just want to put that out there. Like, I'm not like glorifying speedrunners or anything. They're like, Carl Jobs has this saying that I think is a very good saying. He said that people that are good are still, or they're still likely to cheat, right? Like, especially if they're good, actually. They kind of want to cheat just so that they can claim that number 1. But okay, I'm going on a tangent. So let's actually continue on with the story. And hopefully, we are not gonna be delayed with any more H scene and romance scenes. Because the romance scenes are not bad in any way. Like, I don't mind them, right? But it also feels awkward when I look at the scenes because when I play these sort of games, I'm not in it to find a waifu, right? But when you... I keep forgetting that when I load, it always goes to the voice line. As I was saying, when I play these games and it has like a girlfriend in the visual novel, it's very awkward. Like, I don't play these games just so that I can have a girlfriend, like, experience, right? I just want to hear a good story. I want to see a good story. I want to feel a good story, you know? So, I'm not, like, making people feel bad or anything if they do want that in a story. It's just not my thing, right? Like, I'm just the type of people that always says what's on my mind. So... if you guys don't have the same opinion as me, that's fine. Heck, that's actually good. I hate people that always echo what I say. I feel like you're not gonna be growing as a person if you only hear something that you always keep repeating, right? But okay, enough about my banter as per usual. Man, I'm ranting a lot today. Let's continue on, shall we? So this is exactly after the insane 3-hour session we did on the last episode with like insanely romance and H scene heavy scenes. We were pretty cold a few minutes ago. I'm really hoping we don't have any more H scenes. Fingers crossed. You promised, okay, Misaki? If you do any more of that, I am gonna be severely disappointed in you. We should be boiling now since the AC's off, but instead, it feels nice and mild like a warm spring day. You're not one to talk. No, I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, I shouldn't have forced you to take a cold bath right before the big tournament. There's another week! She's not gonna get the cold just from this, or even if she does get a cold, I feel like a week is good enough to recover from the cold. I don't think I've ever gotten a cold more than like 2 days at most. What would I have done if Misaki had caught a cold?
それは問題ないでしょう。だって気分転換に海に遊びに行ったと思えば、あのくらいの時間海に浸かってることなんか普通にあるわけだから。
I guess so, yeah.
大丈夫大丈夫。水泳選手だって毎日プールに入ってるしさ。それに水の中でちゃんと運動したから。
You burned maybe 50 calories doing that, Misaki. Yeah, exercise.
運動、そういうことにしておかない？
For people that play this game, I really do think that the all ages version is surprisingly probably better because they don't have to endure the amount of bullshit that I had to. But of course, if people do want to actually see the lovey-dovey scenes, then this is probably better for them. I personally think that the all ages is better for me. Yeah, we better. It feels better to describe it as exercise. I mean, there's always a reason why they do have these all ages scenes, right? Or all ages versions. It appeals to more people. It also gets ported to consoles and whatnot. So there is a demographic for all ages version of visual novels. It's not like every visual novel has to have 8 scenes.
いろいろ喋って、変なことしたりして、心が軽くなった気がする。精神状態いい感じ。今日は私のわがままに付き合ってくれてありがとう。
You don't need to thank me.
まあ、まさやも楽しみましたからね。
Seriously? Why do you have to talk like some pervy old geezer?
今はこんな気持ちだけど、寝る前になると大会が中止にならないかなと思ったりすることになるんだろうけどね。
Maybe, but that's fine. That's what makes Misaki, well, Misaki. Well, yeah, they did talk about FC a tiny bit during the bathroom, like, session, but yeah, I wish they just talked about FC all the time instead of, you know, getting into the mood. Damn you! Just remembering it makes me feel pain.
でも、心が軽くなった気がするのは本当だから。
She smiles bashfully. This game, I don't think is trying to portray sex as something to cure you of your, like, anxiety and whatnot. But the way that she actually had sex with us multiple times, it's making me feel like that's the case. And to me, it doesn't feel very good, you know? I know that the game is not implying that, of course, but just the recent, like, burst of HC into your face just makes me think like that.
大会頑張るから。
There are other games like that, and I actually hate it when people use sex or any sort of thing as some form of escapism. Damn, I would really hate the character if that starts happening. Let's see this through together. There's a character in Asagao something. It's a Japanese-only visual novel for now, and there is a character that does that. She uses sex as a form of escapism. So when she doesn't want to think about anything, she just drowns herself in sexual pleasure. And to me, that is not good, you know? That's not gonna fix your problems. It's kind of like alcoholism or really anything. When you escape your problems, that doesn't really fix your problems at all. Misaki uses her whole body to give me a large nod. I really do believe, I'm certain Misaki is going to give it everything she's got. Okay, looks like it's tournament arc time. Misaki sighs as she looks up at the sky near the field.
いよいよか。
It sure is. Took about, what, 7 episodes, Misaki? The fall tournament has finally begun. I met up with Misaki this morning and she dragged her heels over to the tournament site. We could have come with the rest of Kunahama, but I decided it was best for Misaki that we didn't. She may end up facing Asuka or Mashu in the tournament after all. Yeah, see, this is also not explained very well. I thought that people from the same school couldn't face each other. But I guess they could. Honestly, there's a pretty high chance she'll end up facing Asuka at some point. Misaki and Asuka seem fine when they talk during class, so maybe I'm just worrying too much. Well, whatever. I just think it's best they don't see each other on the day of the match. No matter how the two of them feel, it's difficult to play against someone you know. The fall tournament is primarily for newcomers, so it gets less participants than the summer tournament. However, TV channel still comes to film it, and it gets a pretty large audience overall. Shito has the highest level of FC play in all of Japan. It's no wonder our tournaments are so popular. People even come from abroad to see them. I thought that the Takafuji school here is the branch though, not like the main Takafuji school. But then again, just because you're the branch doesn't mean that you're not stronger than your main school. Maybe it's just a matter of funding. It's probably gonna be just as lively as the summer tournament. Misaki's ignoring the noisy tournament area, staring off into the horizon. It still feels like summer all the way through September on Shito, so it feels more like round 2 of the summer tournament than a fall one. Misaki gives me that casual reply as she continues to look out over the horizon. What's up? You concentrating? Some players prefer to play games or something before a match to try and help them relax. But you'll find many who scrub up their brow, shut their eyes, and focus on getting into the right mindset as well. You're still going on about that? Damn it! Well, at least you can admit to being scared now. Normally, you just try and act tough. I've never heard you say you're afraid to face what's coming. Yes, really. If things were going real bad, then I know admitting to it would just make you get even worse. You're composed right now. If you can make that face while you say that, you're in perfect condition. More sense in your talk of monsters, meteorites, and UFOs. Anyway, let's go look at the tournament schedule. No use complaining to me about it. Come on, let's go. There's no point if you're not there. Get a move on. I mean, we can just see and then tell her when we get back. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, really. I urge Misaki, who is grumbling more than usual due to her nerves, to work the main office where the tournament schedule is posted. Hey, been a while, Rika. Probably about 14 hours or something. We really did not talk to Rika at all in Misaki's route. After, like, Shindo came to practice with us. Or, he didn't come to practice, he told us about Asuka's and Inui's match. Wait, was Rika even there? I actually don't remember whether or not she's there. She might not have been there. So the last time we saw her might actually be that time when yeah, Shindo and Rika were offering their option to have Rika's route, right? Fucking nuts, if you think about it. What, are you fighting us? Why are you sorry then? Is it Sato-in-san? We're just on our way.
か。
Going home isn't an option. Come on, let's take a look.
どうしてマサヤはそんなに平然としてるの？
I'm not the one that's gonna be fighting Misaki. Because I see no reason to fear whoever it is you're facing.
怖いよ。誰が相手でも超怖いってば。
Well, I guess Messiah does put faith into Misaki, so technically speaking, he should be feeling fear by proxy. Just get moving.
ちょっと待って。心の準備が。
I grab hold of Misaki's arm and drag her with me. Misaki Tobisawa, where are you? Man, I really like this BGM. I really wish they play it more during her route. You actually don't hear it a lot during her route, which is a shame.
探すな。無理。家に帰ってお布団に入って眠りたい。
Misaki Tobisawa.
だから探しちゃダメだってば。帰る。
You're not going home. God, start looking for your name already. That was the wail of someone drowning in despair. Guess you found yourself. Misaki points at the sheet, remaining absolutely silent. Oh, cool.
マサヤさん、なぜそんなに冷静でございますか？ショックのあまり頭がおかしくなったですか？
You're the one going crazy here, not me.
おかしくなるよ。こんな運が悪いことってあるかな？ありえない。マジありえない。
What is it, Asuka? Is it Inui? Are we gonna go straight for the climax? Yep. The name next to Misaki is Saki Inui. This is a good thing. Yeah. Now we don't actually have to teabag and make you not do your inverted flight during all these earlier matches.
なんと
I was hoping you'd get to face her in the first round.
超サディストが現れた。
Just calm down and listen to me. If you face Inui in the first round, she won't get a chance to see what you're capable of. Things are stacked overwhelmingly in your favor.
確かにそうかもしれないけど、でも1回戦負けの可能性が高くなった。
Not wrong. You'd have to face Inui at some point. Doesn't matter if it's the first round, the second, whenever. If you lose, you lose. May as well get it over with. You have to face both Inui and Asuka at some point. Doing it in the first round while we still have some tricks up our sleeve is the best option. This is our best shot of winning.
言っている意味はわかるけどさ。
If you do, then you just have to agree.
そっか。はあ。だね。
Misaki drops her raised shoulders. Then she breathes a shallow sigh. Her complexion has changed ever so slightly.
そういえば首藤君で初めて練習した日、
What about it?
二人で乾さんの胸を触るって話をした。
Why the hell are you bringing that up now? How'd she end up remembering that of all things?
マサヤから言ってよね。
You're being ridiculous.
私が納得しようがしなかろうが、1回戦は乾さんなんだよね。
Yeah, I feel like Misaki is a bit too random for me sometimes. I can't really keep up with her ramblings. The stroke of luck has me convinced. Today's gonna be your day, Misaki.
それって私が勝つということだよね。
Of course. I clap Misaki on the back.
飛沢さん、怖い顔になってます。さっきとは別人みたい。そうかな。そんなことないと思うけど。今日はとても怖いです。はい。なんと答えたらいいものやら。久那浜学院の選手はすごいですね。相手が乾選手なのに、飛鳥さんは楽しそうな顔をして、飛沢さんは怖い顔をして。それのどこがすごいことなのかな。 楽しそうなアスカは確かにすごいかもしれないけど、私が怖い顔になっちゃうのは普通でしょ。普通でしょうか。普通だよ。やっぱり普通じゃありませんよ。夏の大会で進藤先輩を倒して全国大会で優勝した相手です。私は立ち向かえる気さえしません。飛沢さんは勝てるんですか？勝つつもりでやるよ。一ノ瀬ちゃんだってこうなっちゃったら開き直って勝つつもりでやるはずだよ。それは分かりませんけど、応援してますから頑張ってくださいね。ありがとう。
Oh, by the way, I was actually thinking about stuff when they were talking about that stuff. I went into VNDB, and because Minamo-chan's VA was bothering me quite a lot, I took a look at who she is. She voices Sachi from Grisaya, so that was why I felt like she was so familiar. I'm like, holy shit, she doesn't even talk that much in this game, right? But I know that I know that voice, so I'm like, damn, I need to know who this is. And yup, it's freaking Sachi. Now I'm pretty much obligated to play the what if route that's gonna come out soon. It's in Japanese, of course, but it's probably gonna be translated into English, considering we also got Extra 1 and Extra 2, like on Steam. Ichinose bows, then walks away. Sorry about that random, thought there. I was just thinking about, about how Rika was overall such a nice person, right? And Minamo-chan is also a nice person, so I'm like, it got me thinking about her. Can't say. Ichinose is a simple, straightforward girl, so it's just like her to try and tackle things head on. Maybe I could give her some useful advice, but she hasn't asked for any, so it's not my place to get involved. Though, what if I had gone to Takafuji? What if the two of us had worked together? Trying to help a player like her improve sounds fun. Right. Let's look for the others. Mashiro's in that one too. Oh, that girl. From... Damn, I forgot the name of the school. But the school where Mashiro's friend was from. Well, technically it's also our school. That weird girl who's Arika's big sister, huh? Okaze, right? I think that was her name. I'm pretty sure she's a strong player in her own right. Suisan is known for having many skilled Skywalkers. That'll be a tough match. Oh, Masks is in the same block as you. You might even face each other in the second round. Whether you win or lose is up to you, Misaki. No point scolding someone who's already thrown in a towel. Probably. I guess Inui is sadly just a stepping stone into the real climax, which will be Misaki and Asuka, huh? I have no doubt that Misaki is gonna win. I mean, if she actually loses, the story would probably be a lot more interesting, not gonna lie. But I don't think this is a story that's, you know, gonna make us despair all too much. That's just my prediction. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. You will. That's your day, Misaki. But yeah, if Misaki actually loses in this first round, it would actually make for a better story. But I don't think they will go that route. I stare straight into her eyes as I say that. Shirase-san's running a booth here like he did at the summer tournament. I'm sure Prez and Mask are already there.
いやー、運が良かったね。
1回戦で乾とはな、予想をはるかに超える幸運だ。
覆面が相手じゃなかったことを喜ぶがよい。地獄へ直行だったからな。
はい。幸運に打ち震えています。
Man, I wish you actually voice, I wish, like, the mask is actually voiced by Sachi, too.
さて、美咲ちゃん。勝っても負けてもいいから、観客に FC をアピールするド派手な試合を頼むよ。売り上げに貢献してほしいな。
頑張ります。
You're not a professional, so you don't need to care about that. Winning or losing doesn't matter, just as long as the audience gets a good show. Isn't something for amateurs to stress over.
わかってるけど、あんなに協力してもらったんだから、そう言っておくのが礼儀かなって。
美咲ちゃんが優勝したら、美咲ちゃんに売り子をしてもらったり、直筆ポップを書いてもらったり、等身大パネルを制作してもらう予定だからね。とにかく勝って。
そんなことになってるんですか？
Sure sounds like it.
私の知らないとこでそんなことに。
Well, that aside.
それとするには微妙に重い気がするけど、まあいいや。たくさん協力してもらったんだしね。
試合頑張れよ、富澤。
はい。頑張ります。
That was, very forced. Misaki squeezes out those words.
頑張るが良いのだ。
頑張ります。覆面さんも。
Right, Misaki. As soon as the opening ceremony is over, we'll discuss your strategy. We practiced this whole time assuming Inui will be your opponent, so it may not be that necessary, but I still want to go over things just in case.
わかった。よし、よし、よし。
Misaki shakes her head as if trying to brush something out of her mind, her long hair swaying from side to side.
よし。
Misaki's voice is drowned out by the noise from the venue as speakers blare out warnings that the opening ceremony is about to begin.
本当に始まるんだ。
It sure is.
夏休みが始まった頃は、もう二度とこういう空間に来ることはないと思ってたのに。
Yet here you are.
あ、
Misaki looks up at the sky in blank amazement. No matter how much I look at the sky, I never see any monsters or UFOs. Then she turns to face me.
私届いてる。
Made it? Made what?
あの時マサヤ、私を届けてくれるって言ったよね。
Huh? But we won't know until after this.
違うよ。私はもう届いてる。
Huh?
乾さんやアスカと向き合えるなんて少しも思わなかった。自分が小さくて辛くて泣きそうだった。怖くて怖くて心がねじ曲がって、アスカが佐藤院さんに負ければいいって、そんなことを思ってた。そしたら嬉しいだろうなって。
Right.
アスカのこと好きなのに、アスカはいい子なのに、自分が曲がってたからそんなこと思ってた。私が悪いのに、自分がダメなのに、アスカもダメになればいいって。
I mean, I think some people can relate to that a lot, Misaki. I watch a lot of Coach Greg. I don't know if you guys know Greg Doucette, but he says something like this quite often about how when your like baseline is above other people, most people don't want to get to your level. They actually want those people that are above them to get to their level, right? So they don't actually want to put in the effort to reach newer heights. They just want to lowball people, or not lowball, I guess. What's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, they want people to crash down and get to their level instead of actually reaching newer heights. And that resonates to me quite a bit, right? I am quite perceptive when it comes to stuff like that, and a lot of people that are near me are somewhat similar, sadly. Which is why I am looking for way better groups of, you know, groups of people for me to mingle with. Like those people, they're not necessarily bad people or anything. I feel like it's just a dark emotion that I preferably just don't want to associate myself with. So those type of people are not gonna push you forward. They will push you down, right? And preferably, I don't want to hang around groups of people like that. If sadly one of those people are also my family and blood is thicker than water, so I'll have to convince my family to not think in that sort of way, which is gonna be very difficult.
ひどいこと考えて。でも今はアスカの前に立てる。変なこと考えずに立てる。わかる。ここにいる。なんて言えばいいのかな。
Misaki thinks hard.
私のままで、私がここにいることが怖くない。マサヤが届けてくれたから。
I see. So I was able to get you there. Yeah, I do feel like Misaki could reach this position without Messiah. Personally, like, you know, I feel like everyone has the capacity to be able to get themselves back up. So Misaki is like praising Messiah a bit too much, which is making me a bit uncomfortable. But I guess it's understandable too. Some people need some help. And I guess Messiah was there for her during her time of needs.
別に綺麗な心になったわけじゃないし、汚い心っていうのかな。そういうのはちゃんとある。あるけど、そういうのを気にせずに立ってられる。全部私だって認めることができる。
Looks like our summer break wasn't wasted.
こんな有益な夏休みは初めて。夏休みについての作文を書きたい気分。届けてくれて ありがとう、マサヤ。
Oh, okay. I thought she was gonna say something more. Did she actually talk about the poetry thing? She only like talked 2 sentences there. You're very welcome. I'm happy for you.
そっか、私こうなんだ。ちゃんとこうなれるんだ。こういう気持ち久しぶりだ。すごいすごいぞ、私。
Misaki spreads out her arms and spins like a little girl. Misaki suddenly snaps to a halt.
アスカのこと化け物って言ったの謝らないと。
She doesn't even know you said that, so there's no need to apologize. You don't get yourself in trouble for nothing.
そうかもね。
Misaki smiles wryly. I suddenly shiver. I can feel something clinging to my back. I can see you. I call out to it in my mind. Hide all you want. I know you're there. I say to the dark amoeba-like thing. It's jealousy. No, not jealousy. That word doesn't cover everything about this feeling. It's actually something far worse. Get lost. Get out. Leave me be. I audibly sigh as I shake off those thoughts. Would have been better if you felt this way after the tournament.
どうして？
Well, like, isn't your motivation gonna suffer now?
そんなのは全然変わんないよ。負けるのが余計に怖くなった。余計に必死に勝たないとって思う。
Why?
次は私がマサヤを届ける番だもん。そのためには勝たないとね。
You think I'll get there if you win?
当然届くでしょ。救った相手が結果を残したら自分のしてきたことが間違いじゃなかったって思えるのでは？
True. Will that actually work though? I feel like a lot of people have already done that, but nothing's changed. What is it I'm searching for?
自分のためにもマサヤのためにも私は勝つよ。
Okay, let's do this.
やろう。
Man, I can't wait to actually voice act some FC matches. Misaki pumps her hands into the air as she cries. This was actually what I've been wanting to see like 2 episodes ago. I'm walking alone, thinking about the match with Inui. My mind is abuzz with thoughts like, we're not missing anything, are we? And is this really the right strategy? Down to the wire.
お久しぶりですね。
Perhaps this is just a coincidence. But I suddenly find Arena-san by my side. Oh, hello.
コーチを辞めたのではなかったのですか？
I continued in secret.
倉科さんとさっきの試合の時にいなかったのは残念でした。感想を聞きたかったのですけど。
Yeah, she also knows about us, which is why she's curious about our opinion, right? You get to see them through Misaki in today's match. I'm talking about, she knows about our past.
あの夏の大会で特に活躍もしなかった選手がですか？それはとても面白いです。面白いで日本語は合ってますか？
It is. This match should be very interesting.
楽しみですけど、でもきっと私はがっかりすると思います。
Man, you have a bad personality, Arena. But at the very least, she's honest about it. We won't embarrass ourselves. Asuka will be watching this match, and I promised her I'd make Misaki stronger.
倉科さんとの約束ですか？飛沢さんは昔から活躍したことありませんね。凡庸な選手がその約束を果たすのは難しいのでは？
Well, she is speaking about facts though. She probably researched about Misaki's past and the fact that she never really won the podium. You won't be disappointed.
そうでしょうか。さっきはファイターを潰すの得意です。きっと私もがっかりしますね。
But yeah, she is a fucking overconfident bitch. Oh yeah? Unfortunately, I'm not too concerned with how you feel, Irina-san. For a moment, she seems offended, but she soon breaks out into a smile.
楽しみです。
With that, she leaves. Oh, I can feel something opening inside my heart. Back when I decided to coach Misaki, I felt steel and wind inside my heart. But right now, it's something far more grotesque. Something that's been spiraling inside me for a while now. It reminds me of back when I was still playing FC. The top of the world. And by world, I mean like a world-class level. It's a place where only people who want to win exist. Misaki just said that she's afraid to lose. The top of the world is a place where everyone is afraid to lose. A place where people fear losing because they're under the impression that if they do, they'll no longer belong. How did I feel back then? There should have been tons of fun memories. No, I know the fun times outweighed everything else. Yet for some reason, all I can remember are the negatives. There were lots of Skywalkers who engaged in mind games before the start of a match. Compared to that, what Irina-san just said was kind. My mind is calm, my heart sober, my eyes open. If she thought that would be enough to unsettle me, she's way off the mark. Wait! I'm not panting, Messiah. I'm done with your soy boy act, man. I was actually like stopping... I stopped voice acting Messiah during the last episode's H scene. I'm like, God damn it, Messiah! Stop acting like a soy boy. Calm down. I'm overthinking this, which is exactly what Irina-san wants me to do. It's okay. Everything's fine. You realize what was going on. You're back on track. You're calm. I take a deep breath as I look up at the sky. We'll prove that Misaki's got what it takes to win this whole thing. There's no need to think about anything else. I'm convinced.
よろしくお願いします。
Man, if she loses though, I am gonna be very shocked.
よろしく。
Because I don't know what the story is gonna bring if she does lose. After the two players exchange their pre-match pleasantries, I speak to Misaki over my headset, trying to keep my tone light. How are you feeling?
悪くないね。
She forces herself to sound relaxed. Not everything is decided the moment the match begins, so you don't need to be tense. Hell, you'll forget all about your tension when it starts anyway.
了解。
Just do what we've planned. I know you'll win.
分かってる。
How's Inui feeling? Misaki lowers her voice.
どうってさっきからずっとセカンド V を見つめたままだよ。
What about her mouth?
口は動いてない。
Got it. I hinted at just how strong Misaki was in my conversation with Irina-san. I thought they may have raised their guard a little. But if they were being extra vigilant, they would be talking to the very last second. Irina-san played me like a damn fiddle during our conversation. The ref tells the players to get ready, and a short while later, the blaring horn signals to start the match. Inui immediately heads into a perfect low yo-yo, rocketing towards second. Misaki jumps to the second line in response. Inui's really fast. She's still on the first line, so she hasn't even reached max speed yet, but she's still extremely quick. This match will be decided by how Inui decides to move on the second line. Misaki is circling slightly above the line as she waits. This height should make her opponent think she's not considering her positioning. However, if Inui moves to steal her position, Misaki will just barely take the height advantage first. What'll happen? Inui touches second. 0-1. I gulp as I watch and wait. Time moves slowly. Each fraction of a second feels like an eternity. Misaki probably feels the same way. Inui uses the recoil from the boy to accelerate. She shoots off straight along the line. Ah! My heart starts racing. Yes! Inui and Irina-san clearly don't know anything about Misaki. I was worried that they may have caught wind of our practice sessions at the beach. But it seems like Misaki's lack of results in any previous tournaments kept them from looking into her. Misaki! Press down on Inui's head.
分かってる。
Inui is definitely fast. However, we've been practicing this exact same move on Prez, the fastest speeder I know, who can now employ feints.
てりゃ。
Surprise instantly runs through Inui. Bet she never expected that. Shirase-san let me watch some of her matches from the Nationals when I was at his store. Typo there. Inui played all her matches as a speeder, racking up points through boys alone to completely dominate her opponent. The tactic that shocked us to our cores was one she only used against Shindo-san. The level of FC on Shito is higher than it is at the Nationals. I doubt Inui has any tactics she uses against strong players other than maintaining a height advantage. And she doesn't see Misaki as a strong player. Inui is sent downward from the impact. Meanwhile, Misaki, who used both hands to press down on Inui, swings her arms to take advantage of the recoil and pulls upward. She's kept the height advantage. This is exactly how Inui acted in the summer tournament, as well as in her match against Asuka at the Takafuji training camp. And now, Misaki can do it too. I want to scream my thoughts from the top of my lungs. What'll you do now, Inui? What about you, Irina? You don't want to reveal the ace up your sleeve, right? You don't want to show your method for attacking from a lower position, do you? That's your trump card. Of course you want to keep it hidden. I bet you were hoping to conceal it until you got to Asuka in the finals. I'm right, aren't I? You've already got a 1-point lead. What'll you do now? You revealed it in your practice match against Asuka, right? Are you gonna do it now? Inui looks up at Misaki as she changes her trajectory. I knew it. She jumps to the third line. Misaki, you know what to do.
分かってる。
Misaki pulls into a low yo-yo to accelerate and touch third. Now it's 1-1. Misaki, don't lose focus. We can't afford a single mistake in a match like this.
了解。
If we leave a gap that lets Inui score a point in a dogfight, or let her touch 2 boys in a row, we're done. The score is currently 1-1. 1-2. 2-2. Damn, they're gonna speedrun this? Come on! I was actually excited to voice act that. 2-3. 3-3. 3-4. This is going exactly the way I hoped. They now know that Misaki's learned to keep a height advantage, but we're still hiding that we figured out a way to attack from below. If this keeps up, we'll head into overtime based on the scores being even, then eventually sudden death. In that case, whoever scores first will win. As long as we keep the score the same or within a 1-point margin, we can pull out a win. There's no need to reveal our trump card. Sure, Irina-san purposefully brought up Asuka's name in conversation, but I was doing some preparations of my own. Now, I just hope her plan is not to reveal anything they want to keep secret until their match with Asuka. Inui waits above the 3rd line. Seeing this, Misaki jumps to the 4th line. So this is gonna come down to whether or not Inui is gonna use the trump card, right? If she does use it first, is that gonna squash us though? Yes! Everything's still going as planned.
頑張れ頑張れ美咲先輩超頑張れ頑張れあのさアスカちゃんアスカちゃんはいどうしましたすごい集中力で見てたね美咲ちゃんがちゃんと上のポジションの意味を理解してるってことが嬉しくて感動してましたやっぱり美咲ちゃんはすごいです当たり前ですよ美咲先輩は何でもできるんですからそうだねでも疲労がたまらないか心配です確かに疲れてるように見えますけどでも問題ありません美咲先輩は疲れてからだってすごいんですからさアスカちゃんが乾さんと試合をした時とほぼ一緒だよねそういえばショートカットさせて V で得点ばかりです点数の取り合いなのに美咲先輩は一度もリードしてないのも一緒このままじゃ美咲は負けちゃうんじゃないの鏡先生は日向くんか美咲に乾さん対策を教えたんですか
ん？何も教えてないよ
どうしてですか
それを考えることで大きくなるんだだからそれはマサヤにさせないといけないことだあいつが自分自身でしなくてはならないことなんだ
じゃあマサヤ先輩が何も思いついてなかったら美咲ちゃんが勝ちます
どうしてそう思う
マサヤさんと美咲ちゃんの2人が努力してそれで何も思いつかないんだなんてそんなこと絶対にないです
Man, they're really hyping up Misaki is gonna win, which really gives me a bad feeling. But I hope that's just a bad feeling that's not gonna come true.
この展開を打破する作戦はそう簡単に思いつくものじゃないぞ
そんなことありません2人とも天才ですから
二人とも天才か
そうです
私もそう思うよだけどクラシナ天才って何だと思う
それは予想を超えて期待に応えてくれることだと思います
そうだね天才なら期待に応えてくれるだろうなきっと
はい絶対に
ここからが勝負だね
美咲さんの疲労ひどいです辛そう
Yup, I can't believe I noticed this voice even though she barely speaks. God damn.
ギリギリまで自分を追い込んでるな日向の指示がまずいんじゃない
そんなわけないです
Well, she's best girl. I can already say that just based on VA alone. I'm sorry, everything else is irrelevant to me now.
そうだな。そんなわけがない。
心配だね。疲れると判断力が鈍るからね。
でも作戦がハマれば、飛沢が慌てずに相撲を完遂できれば勝つんじゃないですか。
でも下からの攻撃の成功確率って美咲ちゃんをもってしてもそんなに高くないよね。
それを言うなら乾だって初見ですから反応は遅れるでしょう。
でも乾選手はすごいからね。
します。絶対すると思います。
どうしてそう思うんだい？
そういうのわかります。雰囲気でわかります。飛沢さんの集中力高いです。今はそういう時の雰囲気。
みなもちゃんが言うならそうなんでしょうね。
問題はどのタイミングでマサヤが指示を出すかだな。
I wonder if there's gonna be a choice to get a bad ending.
飛沢がどれだけ集中していても日向が指示のタイミングをミスしたら
マサヤさんは失敗しません。あの二人の息はぴったりだからどんどん良くなってる。だから失敗しない。悔しい。
そっか、悔しいか。
悔しい。
Misaki is gasping for air. Man, I haven't been talking for quite a while now. I was tense. I actually had to mute the mic. This isn't a particularly intense match. If anything, it's the opposite. The kind that might be met with boos from a crowd who don't understand what's going on. I wonder how many people in the audience realize how hard Misaki's working to remain vigilant. Things have continued in the exact same way they began. There are 2 minutes left and they're dead even at 6-6. Inui is hovering above the fourth line, while Misaki is approaching first. Misaki, we're using the sumo next.
相撲で固定しちゃうのってどうなんだろう。微妙にテンションが下がるな。
You're the one who said you were fine with the name.
本当にそうなるとは思わなかったんだって。
Could you pant a bit harder? Don't make it seem unnatural though. What the fuck?
なんでそんなことを？
We're going to make them think you've been cornered and are lashing out.
すごい指示だねそれ。
Hey, that's some tactic, you know? This is all part of FC. Just think of it like a feint. You need to do all you can to try and deceive your opponent if you want to win. And you don't want to lose, do you?
負けたくない。
What was that?
負けたくないってば。
Then get going! Misaki charges, shoulders heaving, teeth clenched, and an expression of sheer frustration on her face. I don't look over at Irina-san, but I'm sure there's a scornful smile on her face. I hope that smile only breaks the moment she realizes she's been completely outdone. Your grunts are so weird, Misaki. Inui positions herself to intercept. Misaki's charging, her back exposed, seemingly completely exhausted. The natural response is to intercept, even if Inui's managed to notice something and has her guard up. Has Irina-san, has she realized? Is she afraid of Misaki? Is she telling Inui to be careful? Misaki heads straight for Inui while maintaining normal flight. Inui hovers slightly higher up. She plans to drag Misaki in, then create enough space for her to touch Misaki's back. She's rising now to create that personal space for herself. Doing so will make it easier to think calmly. When's the right moment? When should I make the call? Misaki! Misaki does a half roll into inverted flight. The two end up flying parallel, there you go, facing each other. Inui on top, Misaki down below. Inui attempts to tear away from Misaki, displeased by the recent development. Inui reaches her hands out behind her in the direction she's moving, interrupting her flight. She avoids Misaki's hands in disgust. Her speed is dropping now. Perfect. Go, Misaki! Go! You've slowed down, and you're right in each other's faces now. Misaki succeeded in exchanging blows with Shindo-san at the Takafuji training camp before the summer tournament. This is her domain. Man, that localization, come on! Misaki rocks herself in a semicircle, moving left and right. She's repeatedly feinting which side she plans on pulling up from above from. God damn it, why can't they just say from above, damn you? Inui is increasingly frustrated, bending further forward in an attempt to pull away from Misaki. But now, she's unable to make any subtle movements. Misaki draws a small circle as she turns sideways into an ascent. Whoa! She's got the height advantage at point-blank range, which means Inui's back is right within her reach. Misaki reaches out a hand. 7-6. The recoil sends them flying in opposite directions. It's not over, damn you! Determination solidifies in Inui's eyes as she shoots up like a bullet. She's wearing speeder shoes, which means her initial velocity should be low. How'd she manage to gain so much speed that quickly? Wait, no! Misaki! This isn't the time to relax! Inui rushes up to Misaki. She managed to reclaim the height advantage that quickly? I know Misaki lowered her guard after scoring a point, but... No, that doesn't matter right now. Misaki! Don't lose! Misaki immediately resumes her inverted flight. Inui plunges down toward Misaki, who's flying inverted. Misaki simply does a half rotation to the side and ascends. Their positions have swapped again. Inui opens her mouth wide and screams. I don't think that's a scream. But I guess for a kudere, that is somewhat of a scream. They're like two sides of the same coin. If Misaki had let her concentration slip for just a second longer, or if there had been a slightly bigger gap in her inverted flight, then I'm certain that she would have been overwhelmed by Inui and had the tables turn on her again. But Misaki's grown stronger. Now that she's taken the lead, she'll defend it to the bitter end. The match ends. The two players come to a halt. Inui's shoulders heave as she stares fixedly at Misaki. Inui approaches. I can hear her voice through Misaki's microphone.
できるならもっと早くやればいいのに。ポジションの奪い合いずっと何度もしたかったのにどうして最初からしなかったの？
Because she wanted to win. There's anger in her voice.
ポジションの奪い合いしたかったのに。それはその乾さんが怖かったから。私が怖い。
Misaki nods.
怖かったし、どうしても勝ちたかった。負けたら全部を失うような気がしてた。私は何かを失った。私は乾さんじゃないからわからないけど、私は今も乾さんのこと怖いままだ。だからもし次やるとしても乾さんに勝つためにいろんな作戦を考えると思います。乾さんとポジション争いをするとか恐ろしすぎます。そう、結局私は一人きりだった。いえ、失礼。
Inui shakes her head.
次は私の展開に付き合ってほしいな。全処します。
I don't get Inui. I feel like there should be a way more background for Inui here. Maybe that is something that we're gonna learn on the other routes because I really do not understand why she said what she said right there. Inui smiles, then leaves Misaki.
そちらの作戦に見事にかかりました。
You can leave the resentment aside. You basically did the same thing to Shindo-san at the summer tournament. I don't think they did anything wrong in their match against Shindo-san. Well, I might have had it at the time, but not now.
この試合で確信しました。
Of what?
日向正代、本当の FC ができる。
What is True FC exactly?
知らないふりはよくありませんよ。飛沢さんでも構いませんが、できれば次は日向さんが乾の相手をしてやってくださいね。
Irina-san leaves behind those parting words and walks away. Act like I don't know, huh? For some reason, I feel the strength drain from me. Whether I know or not, I have no intention of telling Irina-san.
うひー、なんとか勝ったー。
So are we gonna speedrun all the other matches and then go straight to Asuka and Misaki now? But yeah, I kinda knew this would happen. But I wasn't like 100%, okay? If they actually did make Misaki lose, I would have been very interested in the story. That probably would have hooked me in a lot more. Not gonna lie. Even as like just a bad ending, you know? Good job. You're amazing.
うーはー、乾さん怖かった。圧迫感がすごすぎた。同じ人間とは思えなかったよ。
So yeah, one of the tags that I really like in VNDB is actually bad endings with story. So I really like bad ends. I guess I'm weird in that regard. Usually it take like it's pretty hard though to make a bad ending interesting and not like ruin it up, right? Sometimes you can see like the bad ending we got with Prez, where there really is no bad ending. You just don't choose anyone and then boom, that's it, the end of the game. I don't count that as a bad ending. That's just like a dead end, really. That makes the fact that you said, "Don't mind if I do," when she challenged you to a fair fight all the more impressive.
ああ、聞いてたの？覆面選手との会話の癖が染みついてた。
So, what'll you do? Actually try and take her on head first?
真正面から。うん。無理。
Misaki's face is dead serious.
その時が来たら、また一緒に作戦を考えよう。
Sounds good to me. I smile and nod. The back of my neck tingles. Ah,
どうかした？
nothing. Nothing. I scratch the back of my head. My head just itches a little. That ticklish feeling begins to spread down my entire back. Misaki beat Inui. Goosebumps suddenly rippled down the back of my neck. The dark amoeba is beginning to creep around my side.
うわー！すごいすごいすごいすごいすごい！こんなに感動したことはないです。私も感動しました。すごいです。すごすぎます。さすが私の美咲先輩です。真っ白っちの中では美咲はゲットされちゃってるんだ。美咲ちゃんに会いに行きましょうよ。日向くんが変に気にして待機場所を分けちゃったけど、別に会いに行くくらいいいよね。そうですよそうですよ。私と美咲先輩を離れ離れにするなんて横暴ですもん。おやめなさい。佐藤院さん来てたんですか？今来ましたが、あなたのセコンドをするのだから打ち合わせが必要でしょ。
That's weird. Why would she be the second for Asuka? I guess people that are older can't become the second?
どうして美咲先輩に会いに行っちゃダメなんですか？
And what, is she actually not gonna do the tournament this time?
日向雅也の気持ちを考えたらわかるはずです。
どういうこと？
決勝まで飛沢美咲を運んで決勝で倉科明日香と戦わせるつもりなのですわ。そのために2人を合わせないようにしているのです。
どうして会っちゃダメなんですか？
友達を叩くのは難しいですわ。
I feel like if they were in good terms, not really, not necessarily.
でもこれは試合であって喧嘩じゃないよ。
同じことです。いえ、違いますわね。何と言えばいいのかしら。
There's gonna be a winner, there's gonna be a loser.
喧嘩は自分の気持ちを通すためのもので不純ですわ。
不純なんだ。
暴力でも口喧嘩でも無視でも。でも試合は限定されていて競技の強弱を競う純粋なもの。純粋ですから本気で試合をすればするほど負けた時の傷は大きいですわ。
I don't get it. I don't get it. I mean, the way I see it, this is just my perspective, mind you. If you lose, you just didn't train hard enough. Or, you know, you didn't have the same amount of talent as your opponent.
純粋だから大きいですか？
私と倉科明日香のように後で友達になることができても私が倉科明日香に心を痛めつけられた事実は変わらないのですから。
私はそんなつもりで佐藤井さんと試合をしたわけじゃありません。
あなたがどう思っていようが痛めたのには変わりません。乾咲の凄さを伝えようとしたあなたを私が今の飛沢美咲のように倒していたらどうですか？
自分が否定されたみたいで心が痛くなったと思います。
あなたでしたらどんな結果が出ても飛沢美咲と友達になれますわ。でも今会ったら会ったから本気を出せなくなるかもと不安になりますわよ。
So this literally is like I don't know. She said that a duel is or is pure, right? A match is pure. But I feel like it's also a clash of emotions or a clash of convictions. So it's not really all that pure either.
そうでしょうか？
あなたが思わなくても飛沢美咲が思うかもしれません。あるいは2人とも思わないかもしれない。だけど決勝までは会わずにいた方がいいのではありませんか？
私いろいろなことを甘く考えていたのかもしれません。戦うこととか勝つこととか負けることとか。
そんなことありませんわ。あなたが自分に厳しい人であることは私がよく知っています。そうでなくては鏡先生の厳しい指導に耐えられなかったと思いますわ。
いえ、そういうことではなくて。わかりません。うまく言えません。私は美咲ちゃんとどう接したらいいのか最近わからなくて。アスカ先輩？そういう気持ちは良くないものなんだなって思ってました。良くないものなんだって。さっき佐藤井さんは不純純粋と言っていましたけど、私不純なんです。美咲ちゃんのこと好きなのに少しだけ頭をかすめました。乾さんに負けたらどうなるんだろうって。そんなこと考えたくないのに佐藤井さんみたいにしっかりしてないからこんなこと考えて。
I don't know. I feel like this is very out of character for Asuka.
それは違います。一般論ですけど暗い気持ちを持ってない人間なんかいません。 私だってたくさん持っています。だから
Yeah, considering how Asuka has been, like, you know, like not thinking about anything and she doesn't even mind losing all that much, this suddenly being sprung up doesn't really make too much sense to me. I guess they're trying to humanize Asuka.
だから決勝で気持ちを全部ぶつけるのですわ。会話も祝福も嫉妬もそこから始めたらいいのです。はい。
おめでとう。
やったな。
Yeah, that was a really weird scene for me.
おめでとうございます。
わあ、はははははは。大勝利なのだ。
Yeah, I can hear you, Sachi. Things suddenly gets awkward. I'm pretty sure we all realized this a while ago, but I guess the person in question didn't notice. Mask Skywalker hurriedly flips the switch on their voice modulator.
なんでもない。その通り。なんでもない。
Prez gives a huge nod. I continue to act like nothing's happened. You pulled off your moves perfectly, Mask, so being your second was a lot of fun. I feel really satisfied right now. They pull off an easy win against the Dogara player. The final score was 5-0. Damn! You're owning. Shirase-san covers his eyes with his hands.
美咲ちゃんのパートナーをやらせて本当によかった。泣かないでよお兄ちゃん。
Things get awkward yet again. I mean, we already kind of know this maybe like a long time ago.
私はお兄ちゃんとか言ってないぞ。
Man. All of us do everything in our power to look off in different directions and pretend we weren't listening.
そういえば。
Prez acts casually as he speaks up.
そういや、違う FC 部の生徒がセコンドをしてもいいんだったな。
I heard Asuka and Mashu have Satoin-san as their second.
そうなのか。
私もそうだけど、アスカもマシロもセコンドに向いてないからいいことなんだろうけど。佐藤由衣さん、自分の試合は？
Apparently she's not participating this time. Seems she and Asuka got really close over the summer break. Does Satoin-san feel the same way that Masaya did now to Asuka when she lost? Does she feel inferior and not want to do the match anymore? If she does, that actually gives depth to her character.
アスカはやっぱりすごいな。本人は無自覚なのかもしれないけど、人を引きつけるものがあるよね。
So she's basically like Misaki, but instead of, you know, being gloomy, she's proactively getting close to Asuka. Maybe to see if she can find something that'll make her fly again. Guess so.
さてと、で、次の試合は覆面選手と私なんですけど、セコンドはどうするの？
俺が覆面選手のセコンドをする。
You're gonna be useless, aren't you?
断る。ショックだ。
断っちゃダメじゃないか。でも
I'm going to be Misaki's second, but I don't plan on giving her any instructions. Same goes for Prez.
そういうことだ。相手を見失っている時以外は何も言わない。自分たちの能力だけで試合をしてくれ。
Man, I was planning on voice acting more FC matches. Come on.
そういうことね。
Hopefully they still let me voice act a couple lines.
だったら逆でもいいではないか。
Think about it logically, okay? It has to be this way.
この試合で私が勝ったら永遠にセコンドを交代してもらう。
前処します。
No, you really should mine. I turn to face Mask. I have to be Misaki's second. So can you please not complicate things?
あ、対戦相手とこんな近くにいていいのかな。離れた方がいいんじゃないかな。
Can't wait to do your route, Minamo-chan.
そんなことを気にしなくていいよ。
気にした方がいいんじゃないですか。試合がしづらいですよね。
美咲ちゃんはどうなんだい？
I wonder if Minamo-chan is gonna have any more plot relevance to the other routes. In Misaki's case, it makes sense. I don't know about in other routes, yeah. In Mashiro's route, we're probably gonna face off against Okaze.
私は別にいいんですけど。
私だって別に。
それはね、二人の間にはっきりとした実力差があるから。覆面ちゃんが試合で美咲ちゃんの本気を引き出すにはまだ時間がかかる。そんなことない。本気なら同席が平気とは言わないよ。攻めてるわけじゃないんだ。今の覆面ちゃんはここでいい。ここで強い選手と強いセコンドと頼もしい先輩を見る。それが君の仕事だ。
私の仕事？
そうだよ。上通り社 FC は君だけだ。ここで部活がどういうものなのか観察していけばいい。
Mask turns to face Misaki with a snap.
しかし私は負けるつもりはないからな。死ぬがよい。
全処します。おっと。
Well, yep, they're not gonna make me voice act anything, it looks like. Man, Mask is gonna job. Misaki's keeping a firm hold and a height advantage while she racks up the points. We're only halfway through the match, but the score is already 10-0. God. Jesus. Part of me thinks this is overkill, but I can't tell her to go easy on them. That would just hurt Mask more. When there's such an evident difference in skill, and the more skilled person holds back, the less skilled person often thinks they're being toyed with. It's humiliating and difficult to recover from. Yeah, that's very true. Which is what I already said when I was playing like soccer games back when I was a kid with my brother. It's better to just lose badly. At least, then you know you did everything you could. What Misaki's doing may seem cruel, but it's the right thing to do. Their voice modulator's off, but nobody is about to point that out. The match ends with a final score of 19-0. I can't see their face, but Mask's sobbing is clear as day.
いい勉強になったな。
泣けるくらい悔しいってことはまだまだ成長できるってことだぜ。みなもちゃん。みなもじゃない。
Prez's careless words solicit an angry response from Mask.
本当に強くなったよ。
Sure you're not. Damn, that was Sachi with that scream.
19対0なのに。
Yeah, now you can clearly hear her voice, now that she's not timidly speaking.
美咲ちゃんが強すぎただけで、この中では上の方に入ってる。
Understanding the importance of positioning is a strength. The only people at this tournament who can say they truly do are Misaki, Inui, Asuka, and you, Mask.
そういうこと。相手が美咲ちゃんじゃなければ上位に入ってたぞ。
覆面選手、今までありがとうございました。そしてこれからもお願いします。
利用しているのは私なのだ。これからも強くなるために利用してやるから覚悟しておけ。
Misaki, can I switch routes?
はい、全処します。
私を倒したんだからな。優勝するがよい。
それは全処じゃなくて必ず。
Inui lost in the first round, Mask lost in the second round. Ichinose in the third, and Masho in the third as well. This is a tournament. The number of competitors decreases fast the further along you go. The semifinals see Misaki facing Mayu Ganeko. Yeah, they're speedrunning the middle section of this tournament. Is Ganeko gonna drop too? Misaki and Ganeko-san are spiraling around each other, ascending in a tangled helix when the horn blares to signal the end of the match. Yup! Wow! They fucking speedran this! 5-3. Misaki wobbles her way down to me after claiming victory. I don't know why that sentence was so weirdly, said for me. Good job. How was it?
強かったけど、その怖くない。強いだけだった。
So you weren't afraid, huh?
乾さんの時みたいな怖さはなかった。いろんなことしてくるんだけど、何をされても負けるとは思わなかったな。
Yeah, because your opponent doesn't know the importance of positioning.
だね。乾さんの持ち込んだポジション取りの凄さをつくづくと実感してる。上を完璧にキープできれば、下で何をされてもそんなに怖くないんだよね。
You're not gonna be saying that after your next match.
だね。
Block B has already finished their matches. Asuka came out on top. The finals of the fall tournament will be Misaki versus Asuka, a Kunahama showdown. Suddenly, I have a thought. I want to see Aoi-san. I want to talk to her. I want to discuss both Misaki and Asuka. I want to talk about what's happened so far, and how the future will unfold. I'd ask her if I did the right thing, if I got the right results. Yeah, see? This is why I still say Messiah's a fucking soy boy. Like, you don't need anyone's, like, validation, Messiah. Like, come on. I wonder if people do this when they have someone they respect. I don't know. I personally feel like even if it's someone I respect, I don't necessarily need their validation whether or not I'm doing something right. If I think I'm already doing something right. What am I doing? Trying to rely on Aoi-san at a time like this? I'm too soft. Misaki hasn't let herself see Mashiro, so I shouldn't let myself see Aoi-san either. Softness begets defeat. There'll be a 10-minute break before the third place match. The finals will come after that. Misaki's gone to the bathroom. Shirase-san and Minamo-chan are at the booth, waiting for the rush of customers they expect during the break. Press squints as he looks up at the sky.
うちの学院の生徒同士で決勝戦か。不思議な気がするな。
Yeah, I never thought it'd end up like this. I didn't even think I'd be involved with FC at the start of the year. But here I am, right in the thick of it.
飛び沢を応援したいけど、それはできないな。もちろん、クラシナの応援もできない。
Can't you just root for both of them?
いや、それは無理だぞ。俺は負け続けてきたからな。試合中両方を応援してたら、得点のたびに拍手をしていたら、最終的には勝者への応援の方が多くなるだろ。それが嫌なんだよ。
You're really kind, Prez.
気持ち悪いこと言うなよ。
Sorry.
まだ試合が始まる前だから言っておくぞ。勝てよ、ひなた。
I can't believe he's the one that called this gross when he's the one talking with Shirase-san about muscles all the time. Ugh! Sorry about that. I kind of lost my breathing. Lost some air in my lungs when I was speaking that sentence. We will. Winning. I want to win. But isn't this the feeling that's been tormenting me all these years? Back on that summer day, back when I first met Misaki, I ran away from winning and losing. And yet, we will win. I want Misaki to win. I know I do. The feeling is solid and unmoving inside me, like it's made of iron. But what is winning? Why do I even want her to do that? I no longer know. The more I think about it, the more distant the answer feels. I feel something cold spreading through my body. That dark amoeba covers the tips of my toes to the top of my head. Where will I go after this?
マサヤ、どうかしたの？
Misaki looks up at me anxiously, having returned from the bathroom without me realizing. Oh, it's nothing. Just wearing the press that you'll come back a champion.
アスカと決勝戦か。こういう日を期待してたのに、現実感がなくて不思議だな。
Yeah, it doesn't.
これ飲んでください。疲労回復です。短時間超効果が売りの高いドリンクです。
ドリンク？
Misaki's face cramps up. This is clearly reminding her of the protein drink that smelled like wet dog.
これは蜂蜜味で美味しいです。前は少しだけ嫌がらせできたらって思って。でも今はそういうのないですから。
So did she use some sort of weird protein powder or something back then?
あれは嫌がらせだったんだ。
Minamo-chan shuffles over to Misaki and starts mumbling something to her.
私マサヤさんのこと好きだから。
What'd she just say?
そういうことならね。それはしょうがない。それが濡れた猫の味がしても私は飲むよ。
Misaki snatches the bottle and downs it in one go.
美味しかった。そして疲労が消えたよ。
優勝してください。
Misaki gives her a big nod. Minamo-chan bows in response, then leaves. So, I'm about to ask something weird. What's winning to you?
突然何？
Just wondering if you expect to get something out of winning.
こんなとこまで強引に連れてきておいて今さら何を？
Look, I know what you mean, but I'm curious.
期待ね。この大会で分かった気がするんだけどね。勝つということは割とどうでもよくて、勝ちたいって気持ちが私にとって大事なんじゃないかってそう思う。
Yeah, I think that's exactly correct. The feeling of wanting to win.
勝ちたいってことはさ、全力を出したいってことだし、本気でやりたいってことだし、この場所にいたいってことだし、負けたくないってことだから。これから言うことは負けた時の言い訳じゃないよ。アスカに勝つつもりだからね。
I didn't doubt that for a second.
心の片隅で巨大怪獣が来ないかなってまだ少し思ってるけど。
You're still scared?
怖いよ。アスカが怖いんじゃなくて負けるのがね。まあそれはともかくとしてさ、勝ちたいって気持ちを維持できれば負けても勝ちだと思うんだ。
Exactly. A loss is still a loss, no matter how you put it.
そうだけどさ、勝ちたいって思いがあれば FC を続けられるじゃない。勝っても勝ちたいって気持ちがなくなれば負けだと思う。
Yeah, see, isn't this what I've been talking about for the past, I don't know, a couple of episodes? Just because you lose doesn't mean everything that you're like going for is, you know, or everything that you've been training for just went down the drain. You can still continue. I guess. I kinda get what you're saying, but I also don't.
どういう意味？
Maybe your heart doesn't want to accept this, Messiah. If you lose, and I mean actually lose, will a simple feeling like that actually let you claim victory?
本当に負けた時は勝ちたい気持ちも負けちゃってるんだよ。言葉遊びじゃなくて本気で言ってるから。
I know. I understand what you're trying to say. And honestly, I think you're right.
納得してもらえてよかった。じゃあ作戦会議。言っておくけど私全力を出さずに負けるというのが一番嫌だ。
What would you like the most then? What would you like most then?
圧倒的な楽勝。
I smile wryly. It's not happening with Asuka as your opponent.
だよね。じゃ、マサヤの考えを聞かせてもらおうかな。
Asuka isn't the type of player who aims for perfection. She prefers a challenge, so we'll use that against her. Let's have a good match.
乾咲が負けるまではこういうことになるとは思いませんでしたわ。
We somehow pulled off a win. Satoin-san shrugs her shoulders.
なんとかですって倉科明日香と飛沢美咲を合わせないようにしていたということは勝つつもりだったのではありませんか？
If you're in this tournament, you need to plan on winning no matter your opponent.
倉科明日香は乾咲よりも強いと私は思ってますわ。お互いに悔いを残さないように頑張りましょう。
Of course. With the formalities over, Satoin-san and I part. She wants to make sure no one has any regrets, huh? Sounds perfect. But, given that someone has to win, and someone has to lose, is there really a situation where no one's left upset? What am I thinking? We made it all the way to the finals, so why am I acting like this? Misaki has grown more and more pure with every passing match, but I feel like watching her has made me dirtier. What am I thinking? I can see Misaki and Asuka flying toward first. I clap my hands lightly against my cheeks, trying to suppress the emotions whirling within me. Let's win this, Misaki.
やあやあアスカ、元気にやってる？
はい元気にやってます
じゃあ元気にやろうか。
ですね。よろしくお願いします。
こちらこそ。
The two of them fall silent. It feels like they've both stopped breathing and even made their hearts still. For a moment, the entire area seems to stop, like it's been covered with a sheet of glass. Even the sound of the waves feels distant. The horn blares on the referee's signal, and everything comes alive. Applause and cheers ring out from the crowd. The final match has begun. Asuka gets ahead on the first line, which is only natural for an all-rounder in this situation. Misaki proceeds to jump to the second line. The start of this is essential. You know that, right?
分かってる。
Asuka has kept the height advantage in every match she's played this tournament. That's basically what she's used to win. But what will she do when that doesn't happen? She's gotten this far without revealing it. So the first thing we have to do is get her to show it off. Misaki circles above the second line as she waits. Asuka touches the boy, 0-1.
美咲ちゃん
Asuka stares up at Misaki. Misaki remains vigilant as she continues to circle to maintain her speed. Asuka has three possible options. Fly along the line and aim for third. Fly up to Misaki and challenge her to a dogfight. Jump to the third line. Which will she pick? Asuka remains tense as she looks up at Misaki. But she doesn't move. This is strange.
アスカは何を考えてるの？
That's what I wanna... Oh! I get it!
そういうことってどういうこと？
She's waiting for us to make the first move? I know you're serious, Misaki, but so is Asuka.
どういうこと？
Asuka's already scored a point. She's in the lead. Her silence is her way of asserting control over the match.
意思表示
She's basically saying she's fine with you just keeping the height advantage and not attacking him.
ああなるほどね。私がリードしているんだから勝負をしたいならそっちから来たらということか。
This doesn't feel like a tactic Asuka would employ. I glance to my side. Did Satoin-san order this? I stare up at Asuka. She's so tense that you can see it. Misaki, are you afraid of Asuka?
さっきも言ったじゃない。怖いに決まってる。
Well, it's the same for her.
同じって
Asuka's scared of you. That's why she's not moving. She's waiting and observing. I'm sure, in a corner of her mind, she's hoping the match will just end like this without anything actually happening. We're talking about Asuka here, so it's definitely a very small feeling, but it's a feeling anyone would have. Yeah, this is so weird. I feel like Asuka is acting very out of character, considering Messiah was also pointing out that this isn't a tactic that she would use. Though part of her will be hoping nothing happens. There is one more side to the story. That the two of them, who are tense and still as statues, might be enjoying themselves. Or at least, I imagine that's how they feel. On one hand, they're scared. On the other, they're enjoying themselves. Isn't that how I'm feeling right now? I doubt Asuka's alone in feeling this way. Misaki, Satoin, and I all feel the same. Hell, maybe even the people watching this match do. Probably not. Mashiro, Madoka, Shirase-san, Prez, Mask, Aoi-san, Ichinose-san, Shindo-san. Scared, but enjoying it. In which case, the fun needs to win out. Have fun, Misaki.
いきなり何を
Aren't you enjoying this?
楽しいに決まってるじゃない。
Misaki's voice resounds through my headset. Oh. Goosebumps rise all over my body as I come to a sudden realization about what Misaki said before the match. About how the feeling of wanting to win was what was most important to her. That's what she said. I sort of got what she meant at the time, but now it's perfectly clear. The result is just something that follows along from that feeling. A match isn't something you take part in to win, and it's not something you just do because you don't want to lose either. Well, I mean, it is something you take part in to win, and do not want to lose. But the feeling of wanting to win is more important than the actual results. Actually, it's the hard work that you put into it, not the... Well, I guess the feeling is the emotion, but you know, the action is the hard work, the training that you put into it, right? Though saying the feeling is important feels wrong, there's a more specific word for it. What? How? I am so confused. Love. It's love. I love the feeling of wanting to win. Okay? I think that's what Misaki was trying to say. I think that's why she plays these matches. I know Misaki meant every word she said before the match. She's finally realized how special wanting to win is, and she's okay with that. I think my explanation made a lot more sense compared to what Messiah is saying here. What the fuck are you talking about, Messiah? Love? But I've always struggled. I was left smoldering. That's how I ended up this way. Crushed under the weight of an emotion far more horrible than jealousy. Misaki was in the same boat as me. And yet, before her match with Inui, she thanked me. Thanks for getting me here, Messiah. Did I help Misaki reach this point? If so, I want to boast about it. I want to tell everyone how amazing Misaki is. I feel something forcing its way up from deep inside me. Man, sometimes, like I said, my mouth speaks first before I actually read what's next. I was gonna say within instead of inside. I'm about to cry. This is very awkward. I love you, Misaki.
ちょっと試合中に何を。私もマサヤのこと大好き。
This is why I feel like romance doesn't belong in this sort of story. It is so... It is it's underwhelming a lot of the other emotions that we should be feeling. Well, maybe I'm just like not the biggest fan of romance or love, but come on, do you guys actually think that makes sense? Good. You want to have more fun with this match, right?
したいに決まってるってば。
Of course. And so do I. I wonder if Asuka and Satoin-san feel the same way. What am I saying? I'm sure they do. And if they don't, we'll just drag them into it. Listen up. I want you to slowly approach Asuka from above and put the pressure on her.
それは水面までアスカを押し込むってこと？
Exactly. But I doubt Asuka will let that happen. She'll try to take the top position from you. We have time, so close the gap slowly.
わかった。
Misaki carefully narrows the distance. It seems like Asuka's tension has dispersed. Is she relieved that the match is heating up? Asuka doesn't flee as Misaki approaches. Don't grow timid. Close combat is exactly what you want. I'm sure Asuka has a strategy, but close combat is Misaki's domain. If we cower here, we have no chance of winning. Misaki and Asuka lock eyes. Then, Misaki starts talking to me through the headset.
アスカは素直な女の子だからわかる。
Tell what?
これから何かをするつもりだってこと。
Concentrate. She's sure to go all in once she gets moving. Things can change in an instant. If Misaki draws any closer, a dogfight will start. And so, she comes to a halt. She's planning to gather her breath, then go in for the kill. But that seems to be a mistake. Having the height advantage gives her security, but not knowing what Asuka will do next has her anxious. Both of those feelings are telling Misaki to be cautious, which was what made her stop.
アスカが消えた。
Sumo! Misaki doesn't know what's going on, but quickly pulls into inverted flight. How did she disappear? Asuka touches Misaki's stomach. The recoil creates a fair bit of distance between them. Misaki's falling, back toward the ocean. Asuka is rising, back toward the sky. It happened right when Misaki was turning onto her back, leaving her completely shocked. Asuka doesn't attack, seemingly having decided to just hold the height advantage. Keep up the sumo.
今何が起こったの？アスカが消えたように見えたんだけど。
Asuka just slipped past your side at the ridiculous speed.
猛スピードって言っても、アスカの暮らしはオールラウンダーのだよね。どうしてあんなスピードが出るわけ？
She's applying the angelic halo technique. So hard to say that in, when trying to say it fast. Halo. Though it doesn't feel perfect or anything.
アンジェリックヘイロー。前にマサヤが言ってたよね。
You interfere with the movement of your suit's membrane, allowing you to get a momentary burst of high speed.
そんな便利な技があるならみんな使えばいいのに。
It's hard to pull off. Really hard. The only one in the world who's ever pulled off a perfect angelic halo is Aoi-san.
アスカは鏡先生から習ったんだ。
Probably. But you don't need to worry. That was nowhere close to a true angelic halo. Asuka still can't use it, so we can deal with her speed.
そうなの？
Yeah, we basically have to counter it just like we would with an air kick turn or a cobra.
いや、もうそれだけで相当に大変だと思うんだけどね。
Don't let it get you down. We're trying to find out what trick Asuka's hiding, remember? Now it's time for the real match to begin. We'll proceed as planned.
相撲で下から攻め続ける。
Yup. Attack from below. From below. From below. Always from below.
了解。
Once it starts, I won't be giving any more instructions. I won't be fast enough when they get into close quarter dogfights.
分かってる。私を信じて、マサヤ。
I believe in you. Go, Misaki!
行く？
Misaki faces Asuka while flying inverted. Asuka manages to stave off Misaki's continued attacks from below.
こっち。
I can hear the two of them screaming.
今度こそ。
Misaki pulls past Asuka's side, then tries to reach out and touch Asuka from below. From above! Fuck! Come on, you said from below! So many times! Why suddenly above? How'd she pull that off so quickly? Asuka used an air kick turn to change her trajectory, dodging Misaki's hand while pulling up into an ascent.
まだまだ。
Misaki chases after Asuka a moment later. Asuka uses air kick turns, cobras, and her imperfect angelic halos to dodge Misaki. They're all techniques that abuse the membrane. However, those skills only give her a momentary burst of speed. Misaki can more than keep up. Misaki keeps on challenging her to close-range dogfights. Whenever Asuka attempts to give her the slip, Misaki immediately appears right below her again, keeping them face to face. This keeps Asuka from doing anything too flashy, and stop them from being locked in a battle for the height advantage. They say that Skywalkers often share moments only they can ever understand during matches.
すごいです、美咲ちゃん。こんな戦い方があるんですね。負けたくないからね。
That moment immediately shatters as Misaki continues to attack from below. Thank you, come on! She attacks and attacks and attacks until the next moment arrives.
私だって負けたくありませんから。そう思ってもらわないと困る。
I wonder if this will be the last moment they share up there. Man, I wish I could watch the anime for this. Like this fight scene, I mean, this would probably be quite epic. I'm definitely watching the anime once I'm done with this visual novel. I'm really interested in like battles and whatnot. Misaki continues to attack. The moment I think she's reached her limit, she bursts forward again. To think Misaki, who started with absolutely no stamina, can fly like this. It's almost enough to make me want to tell her she doesn't need to try so hard. But I can't say that. I don't want to hurt her. I can't even imagine how much I'd wound her if I told her to stop. So instead, I'll say the only thing I can. Concentrate! Concentrate! Your chance will come. Don't let it slip by. Her chances will come, but there won't be many of them. We're already losing 0-1. If we will let any slip, we'll lose the whole match.
負けたくない。勝ちたい。負けたくない。
I doubt even Misaki knows why she feels that way. But hey, it doesn't really matter. Where's our chance? Where is it? Even Asuka isn't perfect. In fact, it doesn't matter who you are. Nobody can go a whole match without leaving some openings. We just have to wait for our moment. And when it comes, we need to take full advantage of it. Misaki's panting has thrown her inverted flight out of whack. Her abs are growing tired, leaving her unable to maintain proper form. Will Asuka attack? If we go 2 points down now, we're done. However, Asuka doesn't attack. Maybe she thinks Misaki's trying to pull off a feint. Nah, I doubt that's the case. I think Asuka has something she wants to try out. Namely, her strategy of fleeing from inverted flight using her imperfect angelic halo. The perfect chance has arrived. She messed up that angelic halo, so she's spinning off to the side. Her membrane's moving her in the wrong direction. Why would she be doing that at a crucial match? Like, you know, experimenting. I could feel inexperience in her hand movements. I knew this moment would happen sooner or later. Misaki stretches out as she flies up. Go! Her right arm swings down like a whip. Misaki's hand connects with Asuka's back. There's an explosion of applause. Low yo-yo! Misaki immediately corrects her posture and turns into a nosedive. Third is right in front of her. However, Misaki hesitates as she approaches it. But bet she's thinking this isn't the right way to end this match. She wants to settle it in a dogfight. And I get how she feels. She turns her head to see Asuka charging toward her at full speed. The boy! Touch it! Touch it! The two of you are gonna end up hurt if you go easy on her. Yeah, I guess Asuka also wants to win. Misaki touches third, then uses the recoil to shoot down the third line and escape from Asuka. How much time do we have left? I pushed Misaki to fly as fast as she could for this very moment. But flying full speed won't buy her enough time to wear down the clock. In which case, do a half rotation and push down on Asuka's head. No, here I go, by the way, on that last Misaki, voice line. The next moment, dazzling beams of light disperse throughout our surroundings. Oh, this is it. This is the end. The time remaining is no issue, since the score is already settled. This match is going to end in a head-on collision. This is where those two girls have arrived. The moment Asuka, lips pursed, crashes directly into Misaki. The horn blares, signaling the end of the match. Recoil sends Misaki drifting away from the field. We won. 2-1. The winner of the fall tournament is Misaki Tobisawa. Deafening applause erupts from all around us. Misaki challenged Asuka to a fight again and again, failing each time, until Asuka finally slipped up. Then, Misaki didn't let the chance go and scored 2 consecutive points. It was a messy match, but the audience is cheering nonetheless. Why? Satoin-san covers her mic so Asuka can't hear her as she talks to me. I cover my mic as well. I'm wondering why people are cheering for such a messy match. Is it just because it's the grand finals? I see. I uncover my mic. Misaki? Congrats, Misaki. You won. Hmm?
Inui さんとの試合といい、この試合といい、to be continued って感じじゃなかった？勝つには勝ったけど、勝っただけみたいな。
Like, you won the battle but lost the war?
そうそう、そんな感じ。
You better leave that between the two of you. Oh, the two of us. Winners can't go around making excuses. Losers make excuses to help them deal with their losses after the fact. If they see a winner making excuses, they'll get angry.
そうかもね。
Though, I doubt either Inui or Asuka will make any excuses.
そうだね。
Oh. I see Asuka approaching Misaki, so I end our conversation.
Misaki-chan!
Asuka calls out to Misaki energetically, and Misaki responds in kind.
あんな飛び方があるなんて知りませんでした。
あれはマサヤたちと作ったものだから。
教えてください。私知りたいです。私もっといろんな飛び方をしてみたいです。
いいよ。じゃあアスカも私にメンブレンを使った飛び方を教えてよ。私そっちを真面目にやってないから。
はい。それと今から続きをしましょう。
今か。待ちきれないか。
Yeah, see, this whole scene really made Asuka being scared really weird.
私自分で思っているよりもずっと負けず嫌いなのかも。
Really? You're continuing because you hate losing? Isn't it because you want to learn the new skill?
勝ちたいって思うよね。
思います。
私も思う。だからしよう。いつでもいいよ。確認なんだけど。
何ですか？
私たちすごかったよね。
I don't think most people should be patting themselves in the back like that.
ありがとう、アスカ。
こちらこそありがとうございました。また明日からよろしくお願いします。
うん。よろしくね。
That's way more than just 2 lines of that that noise, Prez.
ずっとムッとした顔をして見ていたのに号泣かい？
これを見て号泣しないやつは人間じゃないぞ、白瀬さん。
I wish Shirase-san was actually part of our club instead of just a shop owner. Would be nice to have more interaction with him.
羨ましいよ、そんな風に泣けるのが。
部活素敵だね、お兄ちゃん。
そうだな、みなももそういう部活を作れるといいな。
うん、頑張る。
飛びさもクラシナも頑張った。
鏡先生、私たち行ってもいいですよね？
ああ、行って2人、いや4人を祝福してやれ。
美咲先輩に衝突してクラシのスイッチを切らせて地面に押し付けてキスの嵐を降らせてもいいですよね？だって優勝したんですから。
私に聞かずに勝手にやれ。
優勝したらそんなことされちゃうのか。マシロッチ、恐ろしい子。
私先に行ってますよ。
待ってよ、マシロッチ。
You know, the only thing that I'm glad we didn't see much of in this route is actually Mashiro. My god, I am so done with her whole Misaki senpai antics.
待てません。
おめでとう、マサヤ。
部長、私は努力してすればいつかあの二人みたいになれるんでしょうか？
なれないよ。
やっぱりそうですか。
あの二人みたいになる必要ない。 FC は幅の広いスポーツだ。あの二人に勝てる日はいつか来るかもしれないよ。僕はいつだって勝つつもりだしね。
That's actually a very nice thing to say, Shindo.
私努力してもいいんでしょうか？後悔しないでしょうか？努力するのが怖いんです。
後悔するかどうかはやり終えた時にしかわからないよ。
私後悔してもいいから努力したいです。いえ、努力
力します。
Yeah, that's a good mindset. I feel like people will definitely regret not doing anything more so than, you know, just stopping or not. Yeah. Taking action will most likely be something people regret, but I think not doing anything will lead to even more regret, you know? Lesser of the two evils, I'd say.
本当に心の底からしたいことはするしかないと僕は思う。
私 FC をします。
Wait, were you actually thinking about quitting FC? What, just because you lost to Misaki? Rika, come on!
美咲先輩
A crowd of people have gathered to congratulate Misaki and Asuka. I stay long enough to watch Mashiro break through the crowd and pull off a magnificent suicida to Misaki. Where the hell did she learn to do that? Maybe she'd make a better fighter than I thought. Okay now. After walking away from the crowds, I pull out my phone. Ah,
どうしたんだい？
you're at the tournament, right?
いるよ。優勝おめでとう。いい試合だったね。
Thank you very much.
乾くんのいいところも、倉科くんのいいところも潰したね。日向くんの作戦もすごいし、それを実行できた飛沢くんもすごい。
Thanks.
前に僕が言った通り、面倒な選手に育ったね。
Mind talking for a bit?
いいけど、飛沢くんと倉科くんを祝福する時間なんじゃないのかい？
Nah. A bunch of other people are talking to them right now. Where are you? Do you mind speaking in person?
わかった。僕ならまだ本部の近くにいるよ。
I'll be right there. Shino-san stands before me with the same invigorating smile he had on the day we first met.
じゃ、聞こうか。
However, his tone is unusually serious. Guess he's figured out what's troubling me. Do you remember how you asked me to be your training partner?
覚えてるよ。
Well, my body.
体がどうかしたのかい？何か良くないところがあるとか？
Guess you can say that. There's this dark, sticky thing inside it. It clings to me and stops me from moving freely.
黒いアメーバみたいなもの？
To put it simply, jealousy. But it's far more complicated emotion than just that.
優勝者のセコンドが何に嫉妬してるんだい？嫉妬されるならわかるけどね。
At first, I thought I was jealous of Asuka. Then, I thought I was jealous of Misaki. But I was wrong. I'm jealous of Inui, of you, of Prez, of Mashiro, and Ichinose, and Satoin-san. I'm jealous of everyone who plays FC.
全部にか。それは大きく出たね。さすが日向くんと言えばいいのかな。
Expect what you want. I just feel like screaming. Why can everyone fly when I can't?
飛べばいいじゃないか。
Exactly. Why don't I? Do you know how many years it's been?
実のところ何年か知ってはいるけど教えたくないな。
I don't think I can fly properly anymore. It scares me. I'm scared of how different I'll be. I'm scared of everyone's expectations. Won't I be a lot weaker than I once was? You will.
それは飛んでみないとわからないじゃないか。
Not knowing scares me too. I'm scared of everything. What I'm most scared of is Misaki.
飛沢くんが？
Misaki was flying for my sake, not for her own. I'm so happy I could cry. That's why I want to do something to return the favor, no matter what it is. Misaki flies in no small part because I force her to get back into it. I force her to take practice seriously. I force her to become determined. Though, I bet she'd say she did it of her own free will. But there's no doubt in my mind that it only happened because I forced her to. And then, Misaki went and won the whole tournament for the two of us. She's just too incredible.
そうだね。飛沢くんはすごいよ。
Assuming I make my comeback, I don't think there's anything more I can do for Misaki. And what scares me most is, I'm afraid that I'll never beat her.
日向くんは飛沢くんの優勝を望んでいたの？むしろ最初に望んでいたのは何だったのかな？
Huh? Well, I wanted Misaki to recover from her frustration.
で、日向くんは僕に何を望んでいるの？
Well, I don't know. I just thought I could speak to you about all this.
僕は海外のリーグで試合をしようと思っている。鏡先生に誘われてね。
Man, Messiah, I don't know if you're truly dumb or if you're playing dumb, but you probably want Shindo to train you. Come on now. She did.
君が飛ぶか飛ばないかを僕に決めることはできない。
I know that.
ただ一つ言えるのは、怖いっていいことだよ。
It is.
怖いを乗り越える時が楽しいと思う。
I agree. Right.
日向くんが決めるんだ。僕に頼らないでくれ。
I know. I look Shindo-san firmly in the eyes as I say that. He smiles. I'm going to decide for myself. I made my mind up. Just say made up my mind, damn you. This localization makes some really weird translations, dude. It's sweltering. The sun's glistening off the sandy beach. I don't know how long is left for this route, by the way. But I am planning on finishing this route today. So if this is actually more than like 3 hours, I am probably gonna split this into 2 parts. It's already been 2 hours and 11 minutes actually. The calendar says it's fall, but most people would probably assume it's summer based on the weather. I almost didn't make it in time. There's a single figure in the sky above the coast. A girl who's doing some field flying. Misaki Tobisawa. The breeze blows in from the sea. The moment it brushes against my neck, a flood of memories rush through my head. I loved how my hair would cling to the membrane, then come unstuck and flutter in the wind. I raise a hand to the back of my neck. I used to love the feel of my hair tickling me in this spot. My hair would always tickle me here when I played FC. That's why I loved playing. They're memories of fun times. Times where I was totally engrossed in flying. However, recalling them now makes my chest hurt. I brought time to a standstill to escape from that pain. I want time to start moving again. No, that's not quite right. I want to start over from the beginning. To start from the feeling of enjoying soaring through the sky. I want to fly with my heart full of the same joy I felt the very first time. I think back. What was it that Misaki told me on the day we met on that one summer day? How did she feel when she called out to me for that first time? Was she nervous like I am now? Or did she just feel completely normal? I imagine it was the latter. After all, it didn't take much courage. Misaki!
Masaya!
Misaki descends toward me.
最近付き合いが悪いと思ったら海岸で一人で練習してろってどういうつもり？
Look. When they get here, or when they get there, there's someone unfamiliar standing on the beach, looking up at me. They're waving furiously to get my attention. I approach them.
どうした？
I can see that their eyes are sparkling.
それって面白いの？やってみたいんだけど。
They smile bashfully at me.
お願いだから飛ばさせてよ。
Surprised though I am by their sudden request, I puff up my chest and say,
いいよ。これはフライングサーカスって言うんだ。フライングサーカス？最高に面白いスポーツの名前。
Is it fun?
面白いけど？何その唐突な質問。
Can I try?
わかった、それわかった。
If you get it, then get that mischievous glint out of your eye and just follow along with the conversation.
復活の覚悟を見せるにはかなりリスキーな手段を選んだね。
How's it risky? It would have been too hard for me to say it any other way. I couldn't just come out and say it. I had to make a whole thing of it. Force myself into a situation where I had to say it. Otherwise, I just stay silent.
マサヤは可愛いですにゃ。
Quit teasing me. I'm so embarrassed. God, I wanna die.
いいよ、優しくしてあげるから最初からやり直しをどうぞ。
Let me fly too. I wanna fly. That's the only thought in my mind. But I'm still so scared of flying. Everything about it makes me anxious. No, that doesn't matter. I want to fly. Misaki does a little twirl, then gives me a big nod.
いいよ、やらせてあげる。だけど条件があります。
What is it?
痛いことや辛いことがあっても簡単に挫折しない人しか今回は受け付けておりません。
I won't.
ですか。だったら飛ぶことを許可しましょう。
Thanks. I am a bit scared though.
怖いのもいいものだよ。
Being scared is good?
怖いのって強い気持ちだからさ。それで他の気持ちを強くすることができるじゃない。
I guess you're probably right about that. What do you mean? Shindo-san said that overcoming your fear was fun.
怖い気持ちで努力するともっと頑張れるし、怖い気持ちで飛ぶと怖いから必死になれるってあると思うよ。
That's true. Misaki. Misaki's incredible. How many times have I thought that by now? I haven't even told her that much about how I feel, but she understands everything. I still have that dark amoeba-like thing seeping through me. But Misaki's telling me to use it to fly. Misaki's telling me that it's okay to feel like this. And now that she's told me this, there's something I want to say to her in return. Something with my feelings behind it. However, I can only think of the simplest phrase, one that has consumed my entire being. You can't just say that, man! Damn you! This is undermining every other emotion that you can feel. Damn your romance. I love you, Misaki.
知ってる。私も本当にマサヤのこと好きだから。
I'm completely serious about all this.
そんなこと言う前に行動で示したらどうかにゃ。
Good point. I brace myself, choosing my next words carefully. Let's start by going up to the first line.
いきなり試合をするの？
Figured I should work out how good I am first.
それを知っておかないとどうしようもないか。了解。
Ooh, sorry there. Misaki flies up to the field, then looks down at me.
やろう、マサヤ。
I give her a huge nod. Fly! Man, why do I feel like I'm gonna like this route a lot more than I'm gonna like Asuka's? Maybe doing Misaki's route first might have been a bad mistake. But I guess we'll see. I float up, like I'm being sucked up into that blue sky. This is what it feels like to fly in the field. My body remembers the sensation. Happiness begins to gush upward from deep within. A shiver runs through me. This is what flying feels like.
次は私がマサヤを届ける番だから心配しないでついてきて。
I can't not worry.
お互い様。私だって心配だったんだから。
Really?
そうだよ。それでも私は届けてもらったんだから。大丈夫。
She smiles at me, and I know I'm smiling right back.
おいで、マサヤ。
It feels like a whole host of emotions, as broad as the blue sky, are being sucked out of me. All of them, the good, the bad, are being absorbed into Misaki's smile. Wait, that's it? You can't just end off at that? Wow. No wonder Misaki got an after-story route. I wonder if all the others are gonna end abruptly as that. I hope not. But I guess I'm gonna talk about my impressions of the current route so far. I like it. I actually do like this a lot more than I thought I would. This route specifically, I mean. I've been liking the game ever since Chapter 3 comes out. That first match with Shindo was just intense. But yeah. This turned out as what I thought was gonna happen though, right? So it wasn't like it's like mind-blowing or anything. It's just that the FC matches are just so interesting to me. I always feel like when I voice act them, it makes it like a freaking sports anime, and I love it. I'm not really the type of person that watch a lot of sports anime. I do watch Yowamushi Pedal. I used to watch Slam Dunk. I used to watch Dear Boys. And I think I used to watch Hungry Hearts. And they were pretty damn good. Every time I watched them though, I always did enjoy them. I guess the kid in me always really do like how they resolve stuff in sports anime. But yeah, I'm really excited to watch the anime just for the sports FC. Heck, I don't even care about the romance in this game, I'm not gonna lie. Some of you guys might have been here for the waifus, but I'm here for the sports, dude. Are they gonna put me in the title screen, or is there... Okay, thank you. Thank you. After credit scene. Well, we're neighbors, so this sort of thing is bound to happen every once in a while. Says you! In Misaki's route, we didn't even see her once. Hmm? I just had a feeling of deja vu. Didn't the same thing happen about a year ago? Ah, this is already our 3rd year, eh? We went to Iron Mall on Fukuro Island and bumped into Satoin-san, remember? Which you really love. Pretty similar to what's happening now, right? No, unfortunately. I probably shouldn't say unfortunately. Ichinose giggles. I have plans with Misaki. Things are going well, yeah. I hope they don't end this with a freaking H scene though. Oh my god, please no! Ichinose shrugs her shoulders and smiles. What? Takafuji's on break right now? It's the week before the summer tournament. Fatigue has just about reached its maximum, so all we can do is practice in moderation to preserve ourselves for the big day. This is the simplest method of making sure you'll be in good shape. Of course, I knew he'd do well, but let's just say I never thought he'd develop his own style instead of adapting to the league he was joining. Shindo-san joined the Northern Europe League, which is known for having many players who excel at dogfighting. However, he didn't adapt to their playstyle. Instead, he developed his own unique style. Instead of using his speed like a speeder normally would, he used it in dogfights to essentially overpower his opponents with speed no matter the situation. I think that's the answer Shindo-san found after his match with Inui.
進藤先輩がいなくなってどうしたこうしたとか、そういうことを周囲から言われないように頑張りたいです。佐藤院先輩もすごく張り切ってますし、
There's power behind her gaze.
皆さんに負けたくないです。追いつきたいですから。
I don't want to lose to you either.
そんなこと言って、もし当たったら勝ちたいというより普通に勝つつもりですよね。
Not at all. I've been afraid since my comeback, wondering how far I can go.
怖いってなかなか言えないと思いますよ。
Well, I guess it does take courage to admit that you're scared of something. I've decided to fly without concealing my fear.
日向さん強いですね。怖いって言える人は強いと思います。
I only seem that way thanks to Misaki. However, I feel like saying that would come across as boasting about my girlfriend, so I remain silent. I ring the intercom.
うひゃー、早いよ。すぐ行くから。
I hear Misaki's voice through the door, not over the intercom. I look at my phone to check the time. I'm not early. I'm right on time. I only press the buzzer. What if I was just the mailman? That'd be embarrassing. That blind courage is just like Misaki though. Speaking of her personality, she always hits this weird state of high concentration when she reaches a decisive moment, just like in the fall tournament. No one other than her could continue to pull off wins at the very last second like that. I look up into the deep blue sky. The summer tournament's just around the corner. My shoulders tense slightly as the wind tickles the back of my neck. Ah, we grew out our hair. Misaki, looking flustered, suddenly appears.
待っててと叫んでから、郵便の人だったらどうしようという恐怖に駆られてハンコを探してたらちょっと遅れた。
That was a waste of time.
その分マサヤに早く会いたいのに、こんなことしてる場合じゃないのに。そう考えてマサヤへの思いを胸に溜め込んでいたからね。ハンコを探す時間は無駄じゃなかった。というわけで貯めた分、今日の私はすごい調子でいく。
Perfect form for what?
全力で甘えるとか。
She cuddles up to me.
お腹が減ったにゃー。お金が欲しいにゃー。
God, I would not be able to stomach Misaki as a girlfriend. I am not into clingy girls. You really don't hold back, huh? She links her arms behind her back and peers into my face.
今日はどこに連れて行ってくれるのかな？
How about we just go wander around the shopping district like normal?
繁華街かイロンモールくらいしか行くとこないって分かってるけどさ。たまにはどこか遠くへと連れ去られてしまいたいな。
Next time.
今度連れ去られる私、ワクワクしてきた。
Shirase-san convinced me to take part in that long distance race they're holding in Kyushu over the summer break.
がっかりだ。
If we win the summer nationals, we'll get to compete on the world stage. It's a chance to go abroad.
そういうのじゃなくて、私はマサヤと一緒に全身を指でツンツンしたいんだけど。
I don't like how you said that, Misaki. Is that some kind of secret martial arts technique they discovered at the far reaches of the earth?
世界の果ての出来事なんか知らない。旅先でイチャイチャしたいだけ。
Don't say that out loud.
うりゃうりゃ。
Misaki starts poking and prodding me all over. Quit it! That tickles!
そう言われてやめる彼女がいるだろうか。いや、いない。うりゃ。
Yeah, I don't like how quirky she is sometimes, but it does make it seem like she'd be a very exhausting person to deal with. Misaki suddenly links her arms behind her back again and peers into my face once more.
世界大会を狙ってるの？
Well, I just thought I'd start by getting back to where I used to be. How about you?
当然狙っております。ってこの話はやめ。今日はデートなんだから。繁華街かイロンモールの二択か。
真白うどんはどうです？
うどんはとても素晴らしい食べ物だけど、デートの始まりがうどんというのはどうだろう。
Mashiro has a new outfit. Maybe she wears that in her route a lot more often.
デートをやめて美咲先輩だけ真っ白うどんに来るということにしましょう。
それもありか。
No! Wait! What are you doing here, Mashiro?
私の家と美咲先輩の家は割と近所ですよ。
That doesn't explain why you showed up at this exact moment.
最近練習続きでしたからお二人がデートするなら今日と確信してました。
She puffs out her chest with pride.
デートの邪魔するために散歩を装って美咲先輩の家の前を行ったり来たりすれば完全犯罪の完成です。
Not so perfect when you just admit it to our faces.
失礼なこと言わないでください。心意気の話です。
So you have the heart of a criminal too. Well, she's certainly motivated. Why do you want to get in our way anyway?
お二人の仲は認めてますけど、邪魔しないと美咲先輩に忘れられそうで不安です。
真っ白。
Misaki suddenly spreads her arms wide and pulls Mashiro into a tight squeeze.
なんでこんなすごいことに？
いつも愛をくれるからたまには返さないと不公平かと思って。
こんな風に返してくれるなら真っ白うどんは永遠に無料です。
You'll regret saying things in a moment like that.
ありがとう真っ白。
Misaki relinquishes her from her grasp.
これ以上されたら心臓止まってました。
Don't go getting sick just before the tournament. You should be able to put on a good show this time around.
崩しません。マサヤ先輩に勝って美咲先輩を取り戻すんですから。
私は真っ白のものだった時期があるんだ。
Man, it would have been so amazing if we actually got a Messiah route. So, in continuation to that scene with Prez, we actually refused to coach any of the other girls and, you know, fly ourselves again. That would have been such an amazing route, in my opinion.
当たり前です。いいですか？私だって頑張った結果を出したいんです。お二人とも私に足元をすくわれないように。
Mashiro bows quickly, then dashes off into the distance. What's so funny?
お二人って言ったよね。それは私を含むってことだよね。真っ白にあんなこと言われたの初めてかも。よかった。
It is?
私の足元すくうって言ったのは FC を真剣にやってるし FC は面白いですということだよね。
If you think so, you must be right.
夏の大会までにそれを伝えておきたかったんだね。
I get what it's like to want to tell someone how you feel about FC.
えい！
Misaki suddenly grabs hold of my wrist.
真っ白のために夏の大会頑張ろう！
She pulls my wrist into the air as she says that. It's almost like we're cheering.
ほらマサヤもまだ真っ白に聞こえるかもしれないからさ。
She pulls my wrist up once again.
真っ白のために頑張ろう！
Let's do our best. I scream out with her. Now that I've said that, the reality of how close the tournament is has finally dawned on me. Misaki squeezes my wrist.
あのさ、この手をこのまま手のひらに移動してもいい？
Go ahead. Misaki slowly lets go of my wrist.
握るね。
Why are you so nervous? We've held hands a bunch.
好きな人の手を握るときはいつも緊張する。
Is that how it works?
私の手カサカサじゃないかな。じっとりしてるんじゃないかな。そういうので嫌われたらどうしようって。
I mean, I think about that if I'm holding hands with anyone, really. Not just someone that I like. That's mostly because my hands do get damp quite often, though. I think it's a condition, but I don't know what it's called. You really think I'd hate you over that?
少しも思わないけど、それでも不安ですわい。
Misaki breathes a short sigh.
デートスタートしよう。
She swings her hands to and fro as she makes that declaration. I guess we're gonna go ahead and meet everyone before we, finish off the route fully. Misaki's in high spirits as he walked through the shopping district, having just knocked out a high score in the rhythm game she hasn't played in a while.
ファーストフードでご飯、買い物してから喫茶店で髪、そしてゲームセンター。すごく充実している。定番のことって定番だけあって面白いよね。
I don't think a lot of people actually go to the arcade for dates nowadays, Misaki. Guess so.
とは言っても、マサヤと一緒ならどこでも楽しいとは思うんですけどね。
Same.
ああ、マサヤもマサヤと一緒だったら楽しいと思うんだ。
When did I get a doppelganger?
哲学的な話だね。私はこの話を膨らます気はないから、マサヤが頑張って。
Quit spouting nonsense. It looks like she's having fun, which is great. But she's in a weird mood. I think she may be trying to force herself to relax.
みなもちゃんだ。
She spins around and runs away. Can I switch girlfriends?
ちょっと待ってよ。
Sorry, Misaki. Her voice is too strong. I follow Misaki as she gives chase. You didn't say anything weird to her during our last joint practice session, did you? At the start of the new school year, the Kami Dorisha FC Club gained 4 new members. We've had several joint practice sessions with them since.
言ってない言ってない。仲良くしてた。
I do see them chatting after practice all the time, and I never heard anything about any trouble.
待って、覆面選手。
Minamo-chan's legs get all tangled up, and she manages to catch her foot on a tiny bump in the pavement.
大丈夫？
You're not hurt, are you? We help her back to her feet.
覆面の話を禁止です。ごめんなさい。どうして私を追うんですか？それは、みなもちゃんはどうして逃げたのかな？
秋の大会の時、お兄ちゃんが言ってた。本気なら同席が平気とは言わない。
Oh, I thought she actually just didn't want to see us going on a date.
大会まではまだ1週間もあるけど。
もう1週間しかない。マサヤさんのことも飛沢さんのことも好きだけど、今回の私は本気です。
そっか。追っかけてごめん。
Misaki bows her head deeply.
そんな、謝らなくても。
逃げられた時点で気づくべきだった。1週間しかないんだもんね。
1週間しかありません。私、本気でやります。
私だってまた本気でやる。
はい。
Misaki and Minamo-chan both nod, then turn their backs on each other in perfect sync.
行こう、マサヤ。
Mm-hmm. We walk in silence. You'd think the noise would be overwhelming in the shopping district, but for some reason, none of it reaches my ears. Don't go doing anything reckless. Excessive training at this point is counterproductive.
今から集中力を高めておくのは大丈夫だよね。
You'd do it even if I told you not to, right? Wanna go see the sea?
だね。
Give me your hand.
はい。
I begin to walk, pulling Misaki along behind me. Ah. With the tournament so close, I understand the feeling of wanting to just get out there and move. It's hard to settle down otherwise. Yeah, this is basically a finish lap. We're gonna meet everyone. Reminds me of like a JRPG, man. Still, I also know it's bad to fly when you're supposed to be resting. Asuka notices us while she's doing some field flying. Man, she looks like a kid who's been caught with her hand in a cookie jar. Get down here, Asuka. Asuka descends toward us and turns off her graph shoes.
見つかるとは思いませんでした。
You know you shouldn't be practicing.
少しだけならいいかなと思って。
どのくらいしてたの？
そんなには3時間くらいです。
That's way too long. I don't want to face you in a tournament unless you're at full strength, understand?
まあまあ、しちゃったことを言ってもしょうがないよ。
頑張りたくて、その気持ちが溢れちゃって、
She falls silent for a while, then smiles sweetly.
早く夏の大会が始まればいいですね。
だね。
Misaki's smile is radiant as she nods.
秋からどの大会にも参加してなかった乾さんが夏の大会には参加するんですよね。
You know, I've heard Satoin-san's been trying all sorts of things to imitate Shindo-san's new style.
そういうのドキドキします。
私もドキドキ。
Same here. I'm also kinda scared though.
そんなの当たり前です。
You scared too, Asuka?
じゃなかったら約束を破って練習したりしませんから。
だよね。怖いよね。
怖くて楽しいです。
The way Asuka feels. I'm sure it's how we all felt during the fall tournament grand finals.
早く夏の大会が始まればいいですね。
もうすぐだよ。
The two girls share a smile. Misaki stares at Asuka as she goes off into the distance.
アスカの気持ちよくわかる。
Same here.
だよね。
I look inward. Countless problems swirl around inside me. Many that I'm barely even conscious of. They itch at me, leaving me unable to stand still.
復帰して今日までどうだった？私、マサヤを届けることができたかな？届いてる？
I have. I'm at a point where I can move forward without averting my eyes from the jumbled mess of emotions inside me. I now fly with those feelings. Hell, you could even say I fly because I have those feelings.
そっか、届いてたんだ。私は悩んでる。夏の大会でいろんな人が私を目指してくるのが怖い。私ってそこまでの選手かなって思う。
You can fly because you're worried. That's how you feel. So just take those feelings and fly with them as you are.
そのままの私だ。
Yeah, that's the word that you gave to me. Carry those worries into your match and use them to help you win. Questioning yourself could hurt your mental game, but you can only grow by overcoming those issues.
前向きだね。
I'm only repeating what you taught me.
そうなんだ。
Yeah, really. Misaki stares at me, seemingly amazed, before forming a slight smile.
夏の大会、私と当たったらどうする？
I'll win. So you better hit me with your best shot. I'm sure we'll still love each other no matter the results.
私は私が好きな人に勝ってほしい気もするけど、手を抜いた状態で勝たれても困るからね。
I wouldn't want it any other way.
よし。
What? Misaki turns toward the sea as we stand alone on this beach.
優勝するぞー。私は全部出すから。マサヤを好きな気持ちでマサヤと試合する。私の全部本当に全部でする。
Good. That's the Misaki I want to have a match with.
試合だけ？
Hmm?
私は全部の全部でマサヤが好き。だからうまく言えないけど、そういうことだから。
I love everything about you, Misaki. And I'm gonna continue to date all of you. What do you mean, all of her? I take Misaki's hand in mine. Then, we look up at the red sky together. I have so many feelings running through my mind that I can't put them into words. However, I'm confident that the way I feel is getting to her through our connected hands. You gotta say the words, Messiah. People aren't psychic. I look over at Misaki's face as she stares silently up at the sky. I swear, I feel like I could fly forever as long as I have her by my side. I bet I could even travel beyond the sky. I'm convinced. The wind blows past us. It tickles the back of my neck. Man, I love this feeling. Okay, it's time to fly. From now on, I'll move forward without ever letting go of these feelings Misaki's helped me understand. That was a pretty nice epilogue. You know what's actually crazy? If Misaki, which I assume is like the canon romance option in this game, could make me a bit angry with the way they handle the romance, I really hope all the others would handle it in a much better way. Please let it be so. But yeah, I think I'm not gonna click on anything until I stop recording here, so hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Give this video a like if you guys like it, sub if you guys haven't. Patreon will be getting these episodes early access along with everything uncensored. And of course, as usual, free Patreon members now are a thing, so you guys on YouTube, go on to Patreon and then join as a free member, and you guys will have first episode previews of, future playthroughs. So with that, this is the finale for Misaki's route. I will be doing Mashiro's after this, Rika after that, and finish it off with Asuka. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next one. Tomorrow I'll be doing Mashiro. Dear Lord, hopefully Mashiro is not bad. Oh, fingers crossed.